Living in an area which is about 2,000 feet above sea level could be just a story to some people, but for the people of Gembu in Mambila Plateau of Taraba State, it is reality. It is what they do every day, and that has attracted the celebration of this year's World Tourism Day. We're going to bring you details of that and a whole lot more, bringing you the life of the people of Gembu in Mambila Plateau, Taraba State. Mambila Plateau, a rare gift of nature given freely to Taraba State in northern Nigeria. Open to all in Sardauna local government area, 8-hour drive away from the capital, Jalingo. Words cannot accurately capture the beauty of Mambila Plateau. It is the peak of Mandara Mountains, which begins in Borno State, includes Adamawa Mountains, Shepsi around Adamawa, bordering Cameroon, and ends with Obudu Mountains in Cross River State. And arguably the largest plateau in Nigeria, it is about 60 kilometers wide and impressive high altitude, with the tip of most of the hills hidden in the clouds. Visiting the mountains by road, a journey of many twists and turns. All through the 3-hour drive, indigents are seen residing at almost every level of the climb. They also make available food crops, which mostly are fresh from the farms. At other points, the scenery is the focus, from green mountain tops to large plantation of cypress trees.
There are economic trees. One, you see, if you grow up eucalyptus and they grow up straight, use them as electricity poles. They also saw them up and use them as planks for building. So eucalyptus also comes in handy after harvest, like the twigs can be used as firewood material, and it's sustainable because the people are the people that produced it. They farmed it themselves. So they come to harvest it. When they harvest, eventually the young tree shoots again, grow up again. So that is sustainable.
Okay. Part of the plants are also tea, accounting for a large portion of the tea consumed in Nigeria.
Yeah, the tea plantation is somewhere behind there in Kakara. For years they have been producing tea, and they output it finally into their last packaged product, that is Highland tea.
The beauty is also dotted with man-made efforts such as the dam.
It came to be known as Sijin Dam because Sijin was the construction company that constructed the dam. And they constructed it for the beverages production company, right? For the beverages production company. And it is supposed to dam up water during the wet season. And then they will now use it to irrigate the tea plantation throughout the year.
In the midst of all the greenery, shimmering white accompanied with splashing sound is heard. Another attraction of Mambila Plateau, waterfalls. Created out of the rocks are caves, one of them Bamga Cave, measuring as deep as 10 feet. It has resting spots as well as hiding angles at almost every corner, with the source of illumination being cracks in the stone and possibly torchlights. As is common in Nigeria, indigents say it used to be a place of refuge from war in ancient times, but today is a witch hunting site. A 360-degree turn on one of the tops shows that one is practically surrounded by hills. In the midst of the hills, one of the settlements, a community called Kilayan, makes an interesting stop. They are known to be experts in blacksmith instead of agriculture, which most of the other indigents practice. Their journey into blacksmith began in early 1900 when, in their search for a means of survival, they discovered that the black sand, which is spread everywhere in their community and riverbanks, could be used to create wealth and defense in times of war.
So they created their own local implements, and they took them beyond just regular civilization, but it helped them to win wars, it helped them to create their legal tender, it helped them to create domestic implements, it helped them to create farming implements. These hoes were the legal tender, and every family had to stock some. The more number of hoes you had, the more wealth the family had. They used the hoe also to create canyons and gorges. These gorges were in such a way that they protected the communities around. So when warriors came on horsebacks, these gorges were a little bit covered, so the horses would fall into these gorges, and then the people or the warriors of the Kilayan community will attack these horses.
When one is not awed by the human story on the plateau, the arrangement of plains and horizons of hills dotted with greens presents the motivation to conclude a 3-hour drive. One of the effects of climbing so high is the weather, which could be described as unusual for a country like Nigeria.
The Mambila Plateau is cool, as you have experienced now. You see that the temperature here, is almost that of a temperate area. And not only that, in the Mambila Plateau, you experience hailstones. And hailstones are things that do not occur in the tropics. Not only that, you find that the Jos Plateau, you can plant mangoes, and they do. The mango is a tropical fruit. Okay? You can plant pawpaw, it will do. Because it's a tropical fruit. But when you come to the Mambila Plateau, it can't, because the temperature is above that of Jos.
Finally arriving at Gembu, about 1,900 feet above sea level, the venue for the 2011 celebration of World Tourism Day. here, it looks like just another rural area in the country, and one will almost forget the height from the road and other local government areas, as well as the fact that this is a settlement on a mountain. Living far away from others implies that residents must provide especially food for themselves, and with the weather here, growing crops, especially grains, is not that hard. Consequently, there's always fresh food crops at almost every spot. The activities on the streets indicate the seriousness that the people of Sardauna local government area have attached to the event declared by the United Nations for the 27th of September every year. The stated point is the open square on the Mambila Plateau. As expected, dignitaries from all over the country have convened to enjoy the music, attire of the people, and ultimately how they will interpret this year's theme, tourism linking cultures.